Hey guys, well, I got inspired today. Um, I don't know, I just had some ideas popped in my head. I want to talk about um, eye color and the cereal question. And trust me, these don't really tie together, but I'm going to act like they tie together. On eye color, everywhere I go, frankly, everywhere I go, pretty much anybody that's in any sort of position of power always has like the doo doo brown eye color, essentially. Like, not exactly like T50s, although you do see T50s, but more like, is it like a D? That's more like the dark hazel or just like straight brown color? Uh, Whenever these people get in a position of authority, they act like a jaded tyrannical slave, essentially. And or hell, even I experienced this with brown eyed people in my own personal life that don't necessarily hold authority over me, but they like soy out at me. Where me, I am an avid enjoyer of just walking around my house in pitch darkness, or I'll just got, dude, like if I'm on a back road and there's nobody around, I'll just turn my headlights off and just drive in the darkness. And you know why? Because I mean, people would say I have gray eyes, but then you get like some like science enjoyer be like, the color gray doesn't exist. It's really just like a shade of blue. And it's like, all right, dude. Well, there's slight like different like like elvish presentation. I think is like green eyes, and like brown's is like a Nubian presentation. And there's like slight difference spiritual alignments based on your eye color. Me personally, I have what people call gray, but you can be like, oh well, that's technically blue. Although, then if you look on the chart, mine are like A30s. My eye color, they're about that. Going off the eye color chart, and the thing is, like these brown-eyed cells or like brown-eyed normies and nons, they never can grasp the concept that yeah, I can walk around in like pitch darkness because anybody with like blue, green, or gray eyes has night vision like a cat. Like it's literally like You ever seen the movie Chronicles of Riddick? And he takes some sunglasses off in the dark. That's how we see, dude. Like I don't need a flashlight. I don't need a full moon. All right, put me in the pit of darkness, and I will make my way around just fine. And these brown-eyed cells can't handle that because when you have brown eyes, it ultimately means you're prey. And you can even see this in the animal world as well, where like all prey animals basically have black or brown eyes, and then all the predatory animals have a different eye color, whether it's like yellow, green, sometimes blue. Like a meat eating animal has differing colored eyes. In fact, a variety of colors, like dogs and cats, for example. All kind of colors. You never really see it with brown or like black. Black. That's how I'm gonna start saying it from now on. Black. Dude, I remember I guess where his job there was a guy for us. I'm not gonna say his name, obviously, but I remember there was like this old hag that worked there, and they called her Wolf Pussy. And she would always call him Winston. Winston. I remember my stepbrother told him because my stepbrother was like working with us at the time. He was like, "Yeah, she named you after your favorite pack of cigarettes." That's just a tangent, though. But yeah, and the reason they're prey is because their innate fear and inability to function in any sort of low light setting um, because they know that us with the lighter colored eyes are capable of like stalking them and enforcing our will upon them, and they don't notice till we're already on them. Like they're just like an innately like straight up just inferior um, being just on that alone. Like I can walk around like on a new moon night in the woods with sunglasses on. I just make my way just fine, dude. Meanwhile, like all these brown-eyed cells got pulled out flat. Or same thing like the gun sphere, The guy's like, "Oh, you gotta have a flashlight on your concealed carry pistol." And it's like, yeah, if you have brown eyes, and it's only people with brown eyes I see saying that. Like, where's like the blue-eyed or green-eyed like Aryan, saying that stuff? There's none of them. And the thing is, it's like if somebody has a flashlight on their gun, it means they're not going to use it because of their natural preyish disposition. They're ultimately just like slaves. They're meant to be like ruled over, preyed upon, not in like a malicious way. Like there is a noble and ignoble way to rule over people, obviously. So like when I say these terms, I'm not really meaning it to be, you know, tyrannical or violent, of course, obviously. And here, let's just move on to the cereal question. If you eat cereal, get the hell away from me. Just stay away. I don't want to speak to you. I don't even want to see you, dude. Like, the consumption of cereal, first off, you can make it like, it destroys your sex drive and could be a contributing factor to Depop. You can make that argument for it. But also, too, with cereal, it's not so much you're bad because you eat cereal. You eat cereal because you're bad. The only people who I've known who eat cereal are literally the most like vile, immoral, low inhibition creatures that are met. People like cannibals, Satanists, worshippers like Moloch and Baal, like sexual predators, and people who believe in macroevolution, like literally the lowest of the low, you know. And they all have like this one thing in common is consumption of cereal. It, like it doesn't matter if they eat it with or without the milk, in which even then they never use raw milk in their cereal anyways. They gotta use the glazed slop, like low fat pasteurized milk, dude. Because I mean, you could say it's due to their like lactose intolerance because if you drink raw milk, you're ultimately of a more noble disposition, anyways. It's kind of like if you're able to like live in cold regions and function well, you're just more noble. It's like when those of our uh, cultured, cultured group here on Martin Luther King Day, the American Negro, when they move up to Alaska and live there long enough, they just get rickets disease, from yeah, it's vitamin D you get from the sun, right? It's like you get it from vitamin D deficiency. It's like getting scurvy, dude. Have scurvy. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I really had to say. There's the eye color question and the cereal question answered. And if you disagree with me, it's because you're either like a Latinx, you have brown eyes, or you're one of the groups who commonly engages in the consumption of cereal. So your opinion doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all are doing well. You know what? I don't really think I like emphasize like how horrid the individuals who consume cereal are. It's a Celtic Cat video when same going to end the video and then I don't. I do the same thing on my streams, and then I end up when everybody gets mad. So Like, subhuman isn't really. It's too endearing of a term for people who eat cereal. Like, it's like, you had the four kingdoms of life, where it's like animals, insects, plants, the fungus. There's like a fifth category for like cereal enjoyers. Like, normies are like more human than people who eat cereal, frankly. Yeah, that's on the cereal question. So yeah, I'm actually in the video now, guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you.